watch as I create something. I'm going to do some workshops with this, and so that is part of the reason I am getting this on the ball, even though it's not even Halloween. But as a maker, you have to do things early. You can't wait until November to do Christmas. You have to do it in October because you want to have the events in November. All right, so we have these great new tree cutouts, and what's super cool is they also have these little stars that go with them. And so that's what we're going to do. And right now I'm just cutting out. This is kind of a funky shape, but I might even just trim it. You just need the side part, and it'll fit better in my portfolio this way. Hey Cynthia, I'm gonna do some trees. I was lucky to get some of these guys. So just cutting up my transfer here. And then we'll get going. This is the boring part. And I'm just going to trim this part here too, to get some out of the way. All right, now the colors I've picked, you can do these in so many colors, and I've seen them done in some beautiful things. The colors I'm picking are jade and gold. The jade is kind of a soft green, and the gold is gold. Then I also have some little red stickles, and I have some fine glitter and some chunky glitter. And I should have grabbed some paper so that I don't get the glitter everywhere. My husband already is complaining about the glitter. He walked into my studio this morning and then walked out, and he was like, I have glitter all over myself. I'm like, so sorry. So these are the chunky cutouts here. Let me zoom this back here. That's just a little too close. Can't get the whole thing in there. All right. And then they have these little stars, and there's this little slit in the top. And so they just fit down in there like that. How fun. How fun. Okay, let me think what I can put my, let me just grab a piece of paper out of my printer. That will work. To catch the glitter. I just need something to dump it on. And that will work. Okay, but first we're going to actually chalk. Now, let's see, pattern decisions. And we've got two sides, so I can do multiple things here. I'm going to use this particular design. It's kind of like a holly berry. And like I said, I am going to do some extra stuff to these. All right, so because this is on a cutout and there's not much transfer going anywhere, I'm not fuzzing it. Usually, typically brand new transfers, we fuzz, and I just don't think it's really necessary when you are doing a cutout. I can kind of see I didn't have it on straight. That's the great thing. You can see through the transfers and get them. This is kind of, oh, you know why? Oh, duh. I was like, this doesn't fit. Good grief. I had the wrong tree. I was like, what is wrong? I'm glad I figured that out before I started, because the cutouts and the transfers fit perfectly. And it was like, not. And I was a little confused. Just don't mind me. All right, so I'm gonna put this jade color on. It's a real pretty, more of a, it's not a bright green, it's more of a neutral color. And I'm going to do it over the whole whole space, even though there's some berries in here, because I could go and do it all detailed, but I also, what I'm thinking will work is to put the stickles on top, and that's going to give it some dimension, and I think be fun. So now I've just got my chalk paste scraped thin, and let me turn it so it's a little better view there. Ooh, and it's so pretty just as it is, with the white against the green. I like it. That's very pretty. Now this transfer I can just take over to my sink and rinse it out. And so I'm going to stick it right over there because I'm not going to be using it again. And then I'm going to set this to the side. And we're going to do this guy in the right size. Nope, not that one. Okay, maybe it is. It is this one. Yes? No? I'm so confused. I know this is the tall one. And I think that one's the tall one too. Let's do this side. We're going to do this one in gold. Now you could do a really cool tree in red and white, and it's going to have that candy stripe look to it. You could do a lot of fun things with this. Do the wide stripes one color, and the but we're going to do this, and I think I'm going to do this chunky. I'm going to see, I've never done this chunky before, and I need to make sure that it's open. Yeah, I thought it might have a little lid, because you need to sprinkle it down when the chalk paste is still wet. Now this chalk paste is a shimmer gold, so it has a little shimmer on its own, but of course you can ramp that up with glitter, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just curious to see if this big chunky glitter will stick or not. It may not, and if that's the case, I'll just figure that out. Oops. Okay, I'm making a mess here. There we go. All right, and we'll get our chalk base clear to the end. I'm going to need just a little more. All right, now we're going to scrape it thin. And I'm going to peel the back. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I'm going to move that, definitely move the transfer out of the way so that I don't get glitter on it. This is going to be a 2-paper job here. And we're just going to sprinkle this chunky glitter all over. And I may take and press it down with my fingers. Oh, my husband would be having a cow right now. He hates glitter so much. So much. Okay, let's see what happens when we... Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Oh, that is awesome. Looky, looky. So cool. Okay, now let's see if we can manage to get this back in here. Good thing I have 2 papers. Now we'll flip it and do this one with minimal glitter. Extra places. A great thing for glitter to clean up is a adhesive lint brush, lint roller, I guess you'd say. Those are great for picking up the lint. Okay, let's go back to this guy. I'm going to wait and do the stickles very last because those definitely take a while to dry. So we're going to do the other side of this. This is epic. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, that side's dry. So now we'll get our other side. And I think we'll just make both sides, well, wait a minute, because one side will go with the other. So maybe I should make this side gold because I want these to coordinate. Let's see. Both of these sides could be gold, and then this could both be green, and then whichever way you turned it. Am I thinking that through right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to stick with this being green on both sides. Match that up. And another trick for when there's so much open space on a cutout is to start in the center and work your way outwards. That way the paste is almost acting like a glue. And if you hold your squeegee down at like a 45-degree angle, it will get the paste off of your squeegee, and then when you hold it upright at 90 degrees, it moves it along and scrapes off the excess. So you can control what's happening by the way you hold the squeegee. A little extra tip there. And you might even be doing it and not realizing that's how you're working it. All right. Get the edge. Get my fingers clean. It's always good to have a rag. Let's go from the top down. And again, super pretty. Ooh, that side wasn't quite dry. It left a mark on my table. But it did not mess up the design. So lucky for that. But it left it on my table. Okay, so I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to wipe my table. And this one's going to be tricky. I think I'm going to go ahead and lay it down on the paper to kind of protect it and to keep the glitter contained. I've got some gold on the back there, but that is not a big deal. Now this one doesn't go to the top. It's weird. Have I done something wrong? I don't know. Maybe this one just has room at the bottom. I'm a little confused because it seems like you should have 2 big ones and 2 small ones. But this one could go on either. You gotta make sure those words don't go off the edge though. All right, so we're gonna do the small glitter on this side. Let me make sure again. I'm pretty sure this is open. Yeah. All right, so these are a lot of words, and obviously the chunky glitter would, you wouldn't be able to distinguish the words. And so that's why I'm going to use the fine glitter. And I'm trying not to move it so that I don't smudge the glitter on the other side. All right. Got it scraped then. Put the excess back in the jar. There we go. Grab. I just grabbed a whole stack of paper, so we're going to get another 2 pieces of paper over here. Set this up. And I left a lot of glitter behind on the I'm going to try to keep this just on the top and only do it on the second paper. I may even pull another piece of paper out to dump into. Let me see. Yeah. We're just going to have paper all over the place. Move that to the side. Okay. This side still looks great. And look at that. Ooh, shimmer. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to set that over to that side. And just because you don't need to waste time watching me move glitter around, although I'm going to need this fine glitter again for the stars on the top. I'm just going to sprinkle it all together. Okay, so we're going to do our stars here in gold for both trees. And these are little guys. I'm going to grab my multi-tool squeegee here. Sometimes when you have a lot of the transfer and you don't want it to stick, you can put it actually on top of a transfer backing, and that helps it not stick to your table or whatever and mess you up. Again, another just little dip. Okay. Take that out. Let's see, what's the other design? I think this one I'm going to use for the green tree. I am moving my hair blower way over, out of the way, so I don't blow glitter everywhere. But while I have this, I'm just going to dry it real fast. The chalk paste actually dries really quickly. And now I'm going to do the opposite side. So it will be a matching star on either side. And this one's going to be for the green tree, so I'm not going to glitter it. It's got a bit of shimmer just with the shimmer gold chalk paste. Now if you're scrolling through and wondering what in the world is this woman doing, I would love to tell you all about it. So follow my page, ask me any questions, and I'm happy to share. We have so many amazing holiday projects. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. Stick that to the side, and I can just wipe off the backing if I needed to put that back on my tree, but I actually put mine on portfolio pieces. Now let's see, how does this go? I'm thinking like that. Okay. This one I may only do one side right now because it's going to take a while for that glitter to get dried in there. But you'll still be able to get the general idea. Okay, so again, pulling the transfer off. And while that chalk paste is still wet, I'm going to put the little glitter on this guy. The chunky would be too much for the detail of such a small little thing. But looky there. Okay, again, I'm living dangerously, but I'm going to set my glitter out there. And, oh, it's just falling off of me. I'm going to have to change clothes before my husband sees me. Okay, I need to make sure this is good and dry because I'm going to lay it on its back side. And I'm going to do some stickles. Do you know what stickles are? It's like glue glitter. That's what I'm using, is glue glitter. It may take just a minute. Our new creamy, dreamy paste just takes a little bit longer to dry than our old formula, but it's so nice. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, I'm going to turn that way. Get this shaken up and move down to the tip. It's always a good idea to get it started. Ooh, this bottle might be kind of empty. Or it could just be a little clogged. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to find the holly berries. And you just dab it and pull straight up to get super easy, except that my bottle's half empty, so I'm having to really squeeze it out. There we go. Maybe I've got it going now. But this gives it a little more dimension and just a real pretty touch for the berry. When you're doing this, it's important to come straight up, or else it will leave a little curly Q to the side. And so if you just dab it and pull straight up. And this will take a bit to dry. The nice thing is, though, that I can set it on its side and it will still dry because this is so thick, it's not going to go anywhere. So I've got just a tiny bit of red in here and lots of gold. I don't love, well, I love red and white, but I'm not a super big fan of all the green and red, unless the green is actual greenery. But to like combine green and red just doesn't do much for me. And so just having a little is pleasing to my palette. But here's the thing. I think I'm going to put a little dot in each of these little flower places. You could do this in any color palette. You could do these trees in silver and white, black and white, red and white. You can paint these trees. And the possibilities are limitless. I think it might be too much to put berries on all those little things. So I think I'm going to be done. Let me give this overhead camera a little bit closer up. I don't know if you can see the shimmers, but that's got some glittery shimmer and 3-dimension. So that's one side and that's the other. And let me switch. stuff out of the way here. I want you to see with the star in it. Okay, make sure this is dry. I'm going to give it just a shot of air. And then this just sits right down in there. How cute is that? Oh my goodness, I love it. So this one will go in here. I don't want to mess up that glitter. So I can have this pairing, or I can have this pairing. Now I still am a little not sure what's going on down here. I'm going to put a stripe across there. I'm going to have to look at that some more. But how pretty are these? And of course you could decide there's no wrong or right way of the way they can go. But like I said, I'm going to be doing some workshops with these. And so I had to get some samples made. And if you're interested in a virtual workshop, then let me know, because I can do that too. And I just think they're beautiful. All right, thanks for watching and happy Friday.